he's fraudulent as hell, and then he turns around and uses the same talking points. He's trying to blacken it up a little bit. What's the deal with people like Bakari Sellis?
They are still waiting for a position somewhere.
Yeah.
There are so many Negroes, and you know this, there are not enough token positions to fill for all of the butt dancing Negroes who want one. That made up imaginary phony ass slot that Omarosa was given at the White House, minority outreach, correspondent, whatever.
Yeah.
Brother, don't you know that all these Negroes are lined up to see which one of them can get that slot? All of them. Bakari, the rest of them. This is how Washington treats black people. That you can't even get real power in Washington. You go from having a token position at the state level to jockeying for a token position at the national level. And after that, by the way, I couldn't help but notice that Roland is promoting some lecture group of speakers. You can go pay people to speak. And I couldn't help but notice that him and Monique Presley is one of the people that he's promoting. So this is what's going on, brother. They're all trying to figure out how to get a check. They're all trying to figure out how to get a check. And apparently, since we are not going to give them a check, they're like, hey, I'm going to the highest bidder.
Exactly. Joy Reid, you guys have called out a lot of Joy Reid stuff for a long time. And Joy Reid, a lot of people were pointing out something that she did. She had some people on her show and they were talking down on American descendants of slaves, trying to make it seem like us talking about black issues specific for us, it's bots, it's Russian bots. They were going at us with that angle, and Joy Reid was kind of co-signing that. What's going on with Joy Reid?
This is the last stop for Joy Reid. MSNBC is it. That they put her on notice with that whole gay tweets thing. It's a matter of we dug into your past, Joy, and if you step wrong, you're gonna wind up just like Roly Poly Martin in that little welfare line or whatever it was. So you got a bunch of Negroes who don't want to have to find a new line of work because there's nothing for them to do. I mean, what's Melissa Harris, Lacewell, Round the World in 80 Days Perry doing these days? Don't know. So, yeah, Joy Reid's going to prop up the freaking immigrants because she knows what her job is. She is supposed to be the pet Negro who defines the acceptable boundaries of discourse for black folks. And that's the reason why we have to be so aggressive. That's the reason why we got to be on it. We got to go hard body in the paint because our job, as I've been saying for 12 years now, our job is to take control of the social discourse in the black community. And that's what we have successfully done. And that little lineup that Roly Poly had, that wasn't some panel. That was an SOS. That was an SOS to the white media. You need us. These Negroes out of control. You need us. That's all that was. And before it's all over, Joy Reid's about one stupid mistake away from joining Roly Poly on his channel that nobody watches.
So now with the Kamala Harris thing, you guys have brought so many receipts on Kamala Harris. If you guys are everybody listening, you need to go subscribe to these brothers' pages. If you want to see receipts on Kamala Harris, Professor Black Truth, I know he's been hitting her for a long time, way before a lot of other people, but they have so many receipts on her record, who she is, what she's really about, and people are just now learning this. Now that her whole campaign is pretty much fizzling out, do you guys think that they're going to put that same type of energy in Cory Booker?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why is because what you're watching is really Lord of the Flies, to be totally honest. They don't know which token Negro to go with. So they're trying to cover both bases. We got some light-skinned Negroes who will not be visually offensive to the greater society at large. They absolutely refuse to acknowledge or identify themselves as black. They talk in vague, sweeping generalities that show there's no threat to the system. So they're not going to really put a whole lot behind Cory because Kamala is the proven entity in that Kamala has physically put black people in prison. And she's the one they would prefer. She's the one who has actually swung the sword and beheaded black people. She is the person, like in the case of Kevin Cooper, has demonstrated that she is willing to inflict injustice on black people with a smile on her face.
Absolutely.
So if you got to choose between Kamala, I prefer to call her Kamala, the Californian giant, and Cory Booker, if I were a white supremacist, had to choose between the two of them, it's going to be Kamala all day because she's actually proven that she will take bodies. She's actually proven that she can sleep at night even after betraying her people. Brother, I mean, as you know, with Rochambeau in Haiti, these mulatto Negroes, you know, this is the one right here. This Rochambeau, if he's got to choose between Corey and Kamala, he's certainly going to put more of his chips on Kamala. Not that Corey isn't dependable. He's just not proven yet. You're a nice guy, and you're a black male, and that always makes you dangerous.